You know, I'll tell you right now, you can make a lot of money in real estate, but you can lose it too. In fact, you can wind up worse off than the way you started unless you understand how to manage your risk. My name is Kris Krohn, and on this channel, I teach people how to become financially free from all over the world. And today is your opportunity to learn how you can take the 4 biggest risks and eliminate them.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
You know, the number one thing that keeps people out of the game of real estate, it's a 4-letter F word. It's fear. Fear is that thing that says, give me knowledge, give me information, get me to seminars, but at the end of the day, fear is gonna hold me back. And you know what? I'm gonna actually argue that that is not necessarily a bad thing. For just a moment, think about what fear is really meant to do. It's to keep us from doing stupid. And you know what? I gotta tell you, just today, I kid you not, I got a text on the phone from a guy. He's like, Kris, I can buy this house for $600,000. I'm gonna flip it for $1 million. I'm gonna make 400 grand. He's like, I need some money. Can you help me? And I was like, all right, let's just sniff this out. Tell me about the deal. And he says, well, I can get it for $650,000. And it's also going to be closer to $150,000 in repairs. And then I think I can sell it for $1 million. Dude, I want to tell you right now, here's the reality in this game. This guy is going to be 800,000 in, so he thinks. He'll probably be closer to 850 or 9. He thinks he can sell it for $1 million. Once you pay your 6% realtor fees and closing costs, that's going to cost you 80,000. You might have to make concessions. This guy might make 50 grand. He might lose $200,000. It's a really bad deal. Fear keeps us from stupid, but fear also keeps us from what we want. In today's video, I want to share with you the 4 biggest risks of real estate. I'm going to show you how to overcome those risks. And then in addition to that, I actually want to give you one of the coolest resources that I have in my back pocket that keeps me from ever making a mistake. Imagine if you had a master real estate coach in your back pocket that you could just ping real quick and just say, what do you think of this deal? Is this good? Are there warning signs? And I have a team that does that for me, and I want to give that team to you today. So hang out for the end of this. It's going to get cool. So here are the 4 steps that you should take to protect yourself. The first one and biggest problem that a lot of investors have is they have a lack of deals. Now, the problem with having a lack of deals is that when you find a deal that's mediocre, like the one I was just telling you about with my buddy, he says, I haven't seen a deal like this before. I'm going to jump on it. And so he gets out there and he just says, I'm going to actually do this thing and make this thing happen. And I'm like, dude, you should be looking at 100 more deals. Like, my team vets thousands of deals every week for me to find 10 winners. How many are you looking at? Well, I looked at 3 and I picked the best of the 3. A lack of deals will absolutely get you in hot water in the game of real estate. I want you to take action. I want you to be eager. But the tool I'm going to share at the end of this, my team that I have, they also have an excess of deals that they tee up for me to actually get me in the game and actually doing this because I don't want to have a lack of deals. The next thing that people have is they have a lack of strategy. There's a lack of strategy and a lack of experience. You got to start somewhere, but trust me, if you're doing something you've never done before, I need you to reach out and get with an expert who has. And you need them to shepherd you through the process. If you do not have someone that is watching your 6, watching your back, you're going to be in big trouble. I remember one of the first times I was actually doing a deal, I was so excited about it, but I didn't know if it was a good deal. I only thought that it was. It was a house that I was going to buy for $110,000. And I basically drove over to my mentor's house. Didn't have the kind of technology that we have today. I would have loved just to, do a little Zoom call or something. But basically I went over and I said, here's the thing. He got on his computer. He said, hey, based on the comps and everything, I think this home is actually worth $150,000. What about the interior? I showed him my pictures on my camera and he said, okay. He started guessing how much those repairs would cost. And in the end, he basically said, Kris, you need to do that deal. Lock that down, get that under contract. I ended up moving forward with confidence because my mentor who had the experience that I lacked was basically saying go. A lot of people are out there in the game of real estate acting and 99 things line up and 1 thing doesn't, and fear should be saying stop, but you're not because you think you're gonna make your move and then you lose. So you need to have someone that watches your back. That's the best thing that you can have here on strategy, which really means you have to have a strategy. Are you flipping? Are you wholesaling? Are you doing a lease option? Is this a buy and hold? Is this a rental? Is this an apartment complex? Know what your strategy is and then have a mentor that can help you with that. Okay, the third thing that I want you to think of here is a lot of people fail because they have a lack of team. And remember, it takes teamwork to make the dream work. And if you don't have a team that's actually watching your back, that means you're gonna default to doing everything on your own. You know what the problem with that is? It's like a jack of all trades and a master of none trying to do everything. The biggest thing that keeps people having the wealth that they want in their life is that they're trying to do it all. In actuality, what they should be doing, my friend, is they should be surrounding themselves with a team that can wear as many of the hats as possible. You're gonna forfeit some money, but you should choose a property with enough margin, which means enough profit that you can bring experts in. If it's gonna say, no expert, you've got to do it all yourself, that should make you extremely leery and skeptical. The fourth fear is a lack of track record. This is what gets people in doggy doo-doo all day long. And so the whole concept here of track record is actually really simple. When I say find a mentor, don't just find a mentor that did a deal or a random deal. If you're doing apartments, then your mentor needs to have a track record extensive in apartments. And how much is a good track record? Well, for me, if I'm trying to make $1 million, I would prefer a mentor that's made $10 million. I want someone who's already achieved 10 times what I want. And they've done it enough times now where they know the pitfalls, the trial and error, and they now know what to do, and they certainly know what to watch out for that is a blind spot to you. They can protect that. Someone's got to have a track record. You want to tap into a team. You got to have a strategy, and you have to have access to enough deals that you're not going to jump at the first thing that looks semi-good, because I only jump after things that are home freaking run winners. Let me bring this home for you. If you and I were gonna be playing Monopoly together, I'm gonna tell you right now that if you're a novice at Monopoly or you don't really have a strategy, I have an 87% chance of beating you because I love the game of Monopoly. And by the way, my secret is that my token is always the dog. The Scotty dog wins almost every single time. No, it is not a game of luck. While there is a luck component because of rolling the dice, the reality is I have rules that accelerate my chances of success. Some of those rules actually enhance my risk, but it's actually why I win so much. If you wanted to win at the game of Monopoly, if you could just get 5 or 10 minutes and say, hey, Kris, I'm about to play Monopoly with someone and I put a big bet on the line. Can you share with me your 4 rules real quick to help me out? I could rip them off to you right now, and guess what? You'd say, I have a way better chance of winning than I would have otherwise. I asked myself, how can I make that available to you in the game of real estate? Me and my team put our heads together, and so many of you are watching the video saying, Kris, help me do this deal. Is this a good deal? What do you think I should do on this one? I can't find deals. You know, what about strategy? I have a question about it. So I decided to open my own private real estate hotline. And it's actually powered by the same individuals that run my entire real estate system that are buying me homes every single day, which means that I've got some world-class experts that are at your fingertips. And if you click the link below, you can actually learn more about how I've made it stupid cheap to access world-class experts that you can call as much as you'd like. You could literally ask them any question, and as long as it's during those office hours, they're gonna be there to walk you through what you need for making your next deal happen. So the Kris Krohn Power Team Real Estate Hotline, it's basically designed to say, hey, we're out there crushing it in real estate. This month we're gonna do over $1 million in real estate. And if you're out there doing your deal too, or 5 deals or whatever it is, you've got experts in your back pocket that will give you perspective, can review your performance, look at your deals, help you find deals if you're not getting them, answer questions for things that you don't understand, explain seller financing, opening up a new strategy. Bottom line is, anytime you lack knowledge, you want someone with extensive experience that can back you up. And that's what we do with essentially this brand new real estate hotline. So it's cool because we decided to price it in a way and subsidize it so that we could make it available to almost everybody that is on this channel that is serious about doing the game of real estate. So if you're in these shoes where you're like, Kris, I've been watching you, if you've watched more than 10 videos and you're not proactively doing a deal, get that hotline, and it's some of the best live coaching that you can tap into right now with my team, so that wherever you're at, hey, what's my first step? Or what do I do next? Or how do I find a deal? Or here's a deal. Is it a good deal? I don't know. That they can actually show up for you and actually make that happen. Thank you so much for watching today's video. A reminder that in the link, that's where you can access my brand new real estate hotline to work with my private real estate power team. In addition though, today we talked about how the biggest threat to you is a lack of deals, lack of strategy, lack of team, and a lack of track record. Don't let those things stop you. Don't let them get in your way. And let your fear keep you from making dumb decisions, but do not let it keep you from living life. Do not let it stop you from actually getting out there and taking action. Get a mentor in your back pocket and then move forward in confidence. And hopefully I'll see you at one of my next events where I can celebrate your success by smashing a watch which is our symbol of financial freedom and saying, hey, that first property means that we're ready to celebrate premature retirement. Let's go do the next 20, 30 deals and make it happen. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on tomorrow's episode.